Hey, what's going on, guys? Got Grave Watcher Zane here this evening. We're gonna do a versus video. Technically, these guys are not really in the same type of a genre, being that, you know, you've got the HD 3000 here from Home Depot. He is definitely some sort of a cyborg from the sci-fi era, but and then we have the Martian here, which you know, Spirit versus Home Depot. But we'll look at the different comparisons and compare and contrast the two. I figured it would be fair to put them in a versus video only because, again, given that science fiction era, one being more on the robot side, although you'll see that, you know, he's got a humanoid type of a personality versus this guy, completely separate alien, not really any type of human characteristics. You know, you've got the gun versus sword, human arm versus green arms, shoes, so on and so forth. But anyways, that's just a little bit of an intro. I think we could start off by just looking at the differences in the sheer size alone. That's the first thing that stands out to me. I would say that this guy probably is at least 6 to 7 inches, if not more, taller than Martian here. That alone is a pretty outstanding difference. Also, the width. You'll see that this THD 3000 guy, he expands more from left to right, takes up much more of a width area. Definitely more room. Yeah, he's a little bit bulkier. As far as the materials go, this is a little bit, I don't know, you feel it feels a little bit on the less expensive side versus this guy here, which seems a little bit more thicker, which for the price, we'll get into the price points later, but just looking at sheer appearances, you know, you can see the differences there. The quality of this is pretty strong though. Different plastic here versus this plastic. This seems a little bit thicker just from the tap. This also is a little bit thicker, so that's a little bit of the differences there. And then, you know, really the bases are almost identical. They even both have the A label there, so that's a little bit of an interesting trivia piece. But yeah, just looking at those pieces, let's go ahead and plug them in and see what they do. I went ahead and we'll do them first one at a time and then side by side to see. I've got them on sensor, so hopefully they'll come right on. I heard a little bit.
Don't bother running, human. My tracking sensors still function, and your destruction is imminent. My internal calculations have determined that your chances of escape are less than 1%. Goodbye.
All right, so you see the left arm moved, the right arm moved, the head moved. We'll go ahead and set them off one more time so that you can get a view of the actual servo motors interface.
What I have is sent to exterminate you weak humans. Nothing will get between me and my objective, for that is my programming. It is pointless to resist. We are superior. Halt! You are an unknown intruder in this sector. Scanning for identification. Searching complete. You are approved for extermination. Stand by. Thank you for your cooperation. Have a nice day.
All right, so we'll go ahead and power him down. You'll notice that the facial features were very animated, pretty unique when it comes to this kind of latexy feeling. That was kind of weird. His head just seemed to move down by itself. Anyways, yeah, so the arms also, they have a little bit of motion there, but you'll see when we compare here that the Martian, he's really more along the lines of, you know, with the gunshot here with the water that comes out. So let's go ahead and plug him in and see what he does. Also, we'll take into account the different volume aspects. So he should be good to go. we'll set them off one more time. All right, so let's go ahead and unplug them now. So actually, upon seeing the two side by side and setting them off, right, one after the other, of course, the major difference is the vocalization of this guy with the phrases that he had to say versus, you know, the movement here, just the head back and forth. The gun is really cool, the way that the mist came out, but it's really just the sound effects. You know, when I think about it more in comparison, I kind of wish that this Martian had something to say. You know, he looks like he has some thoughts in that massive brain of his, but I guess that's not really the case on this one, which maybe is the point. But yeah, for the price point, let's talk about that. I know this guy's at $3.99 for Martian at Spirit, even with the 20% coupon, comes to about 80 bucks off. So you're still looking at $320 versus this guy at about, I want to say, what was he, $279, something like that. It's a pretty big bang for the buck when you look at it on the price point. So I really think it's up to you to make the final decision. But if I had to rate and rank these two on a side-by-side scale, it's really tough. But for the money, I'm just gonna have to say, yeah, the Home Depot THD 3000, he kind of takes the cake as the winner in this comparison and versus video. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments below, and please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and thanks. Have a great night.